Carla Maxwell's family is defined by sport. Playing was a privilege, not to be taken lightly.
And certainly not something that you think you're better than others because of it. You're just lucky enough to be able to have that opportunity and do it.
She was surrounded by influential hockey pioneers. Her dad, the late Stan Maxwell, had a friendship with Willie O'Ree that spanned close to 5 decades.
Willie was like a staple in our family. Like, he was sort of like an uncle to me. You know, they experienced many of the same things in terms of, racism and, the obstacles of being black and playing in a hockey league where there weren't very many blacks in there. Like, they were sort of it. So, they sort of bonded and sort of were able to sort of, manage and deal with the same types of circumstances.
Maxwell and O'Ree made the jump to the pro ranks together. O'Ree would become the first black player to reach the National Hockey League when he suited up with the Boston Bruins in 1958. Maxwell was on the cusp of doing the same. He was a 3-time scoring champion in the International League.
I mean, I'm sure he had dreams and wanted to certainly make the NHL, but that wasn't the end goal. The end goal was him playing the sport that he loved and playing it to the best of his abilities.
For Carla, she excelled in basketball in Nova Scotia and helped her high school team capture 3 straight provincial titles. In 1980-81, they posted 41 wins and only 3 losses.
What I find amazing is that our record from back in those days, which is almost, I think, over 40 years, it still stands.
Maxwell came to BU through a Nova Scotia recruiting pipeline that started when Janet Lumsden became a Bobcat after competing in the 1979 Canada Games in Brandon. Maxwell followed suit with a strong sense of will, according to former BU coach Bill Moody.
For an 18-year-old to leave through Nova Scotia and come to Brandon, Manitoba, where there weren't too many black people to begin with, right? So I think that impressed me more than anything, because I said, this girl is taking a chance coming out here. She's a long way from home, but she wants to do well. She wants to make her own mark in athletics, and it turned out that's exactly what happened.
Maxwell played 2 seasons in blue and gold from 1982 to 1984. In her rookie year, she was named the Great Plains Athletic Conference First Team All-Star.
I think because my parents had always instilled in me that, that thought that, you could do whatever you want and you could be whoever you want. I thought, well, let me try this new experience and see what happens.
In 2021, Maxwell celebrated 30 years of service in her professional career with the federal government. She spent the majority of those years in Toronto before moving back home to Nova Scotia.
And I knew that was going to be where it was going to be. She was going to go back home because of her roots, right? But she ended up doing so well, not only in school, in athletics, but in her job and as a person.
For Maxwell, family and teamwork remain a driving force to this day.
Those qualities you take on and you carry those for the rest of your life. It becomes part of who you are, part of my moral compass, part of my value system.
Good afternoon and welcome to UBCO Gymnasium, also known as the Furnace in Kelowna, where the host UBC Okanagan Heat will finish off the 2022-23 season against the number 1 ranked team in the nation, the Victoria Vikes, on Canada West TV. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that UBC Okanagan is situated in the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples. We would also like to acknowledge you are joining us today from many places, near and far, and acknowledge the Indigenous peoples and traditional caretakers of those lands. I'm Kirk Penton, and today the Heat will be looking to finish the season on a positive note. Any chance they had of qualifying for the Canada West postseason came to a bitter end last night when the Vikes pulled away in the 4th quarter for a 101-81 victory. The Heat are 5-14. They have dropped 5 straight. Today is their last game of the regular season, and they will not be able to get into a top 12 position that is required for a playoff berth. Today's still a happy day for the Heat, however, as it will honor the blood, sweat, and tears put in by its 5 graduating players over the years in UBCO uniforms. Here are your starting
Let's introduce the
lineups.
starters for the visiting University of Victoria Vikes. 6'7" forward from Spokane, Washington, number 0, Dominic Oliveri. 6'7" guard from Okotoks, Alberta, number 2, Elias Ralph. 6'4" forward from Victoria, BC, number 3, Izzy Hellman. 6'1" guard from Victoria, BC, number 6, Diego Mafia. And 6'3" guard from Montreal, Quebec, number 14, Ronaldo Robinson. The Victoria Vikes are led by Craig Beaucamp in his 20th season, along with assistant coach Josh Mullen.
I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your UBC Okanagan Heat. At guard, 5'10" from Mississauga, Ontario, number 4, Hafith Muallim.
How do the people say?
6'7" forward from Hamilton, Ontario, number 12, B.P. Chooks Matty. 6'6" guard from Edmonton, Alberta, number 13, Lieben Dusev. 6'3" guard from Scarborough, Ontario, number 15, Lansana Nuosu. And 6'2" guard from Edmonton, Alberta, number 21, Keaton Suster. The Heat are led by head coach Clay Pottinger in his 4th season with assistant coach Luke Penner.
And there's your starting 5 for the Heat, which is very convenient for head coach Clay Pottinger because he has 5 graduating players who were honored before tonight's game. And that will be his starting lineup for tonight. Hafith Moalen, Bibi Chooks-Matty, Lieben Youssef, Lansana Nuosu, and Keaton Souster getting the call here in their final regular season game. Last night was a great night for the Vikes, who not only won their 11th game in a row to improve into 15-2, but they also got some help from a game that took place 1,600 kilometers away as Lansana Nuosu gets the scoring started. Yes, the Vikes loved hearing that the Winnipeg Westmen beat the host Manitoba Bisons 89-80. And that allowed the Vikes to move into a first-place tie in Canada West with the Bison. So they're both 15-2. The Heat are done after today because they are the one and only team with a bye next week in the last season of regular season action in Canada West. So the Vikes still have some work to do to lock up that number 1 seed. And they'll want to keep it going today against the Heat, who will be looking to go out on a winning note. Souster can't get the 3 to go, but Youssef with the nice offensive rebound to make it 4-0 for the hosts. The Heat kept with the Vikes last night, despite the disparity in records and rankings and all that. They were down only 6 going into the 4th quarter. And there's Ronaldo Robinson, who had a great game last night. Yes, the Heat were down only 6 going into the 4th last night, but got outscored 24-10 in that final frame to lose by 20. Bibi Chooks-Matty with some nice moves inside, but he can't get it to finish off. As the shot clock down to 9. Souster watching Mafia very closely. Diego Mafia pulls up, can't get it to go, but Souster is going to get whistled for the first foul of the afternoon. Souster, an Edmonton product. He was a part of the graduating seniors night ceremony last year, but decided, hey, I got the rest of my life to work. You're only eligible to play college basketball for so long, so he came back for a 5th and final year of eligibility as Mafia misses a rare free throw. He is 2nd in Canada West in free throw percentage at 91.8%. And he makes amends with that one. Souster started 24 of 53 career games, including today. He's the heart and soul guy. He was the last one introduced, and his teammates all loved it as BB Chooks Maddie, showing what could have happened if it weren't for injuries over the last couple years. Kind of limited his potential with the Heat, but that's a fine example of how dominant he can be on the inside. Big defensive guy, a blocking machine. Dominic Oliveri called on the travel there. Oliveri, Jaden Tucci, and Trent Monkman are the 3 graduating players for the Vikes. They'll get their ceremonies next year as Yusuf, with a beautiful floater, gives his team an 8-3 lead. And this starting 5 of graduating players showing their experiences. Diego Mafia with another 3-pointer. The Heat are going to have to figure out how to stop that today, as Mafia had 21 points last night. He is the leading scorer in the country as that 3-pointer spins back for Yusuf. And he's off to a flying start today in his final U Sports game. That 3-pointer comes up a bit light for Mafia. Moellen gets the rebound, feeds it up to Maddie, who Chooks Maddie just goes right over Izzy Hellman, who hit his head, the back of his head on the floor, and he's in pain. And he's going to get 10 seconds to get up. And because he hit his head, the referee is going to say that somebody needs to come out and get him. You don't want to mess around with that stuff, so Hellman will head off, the first-year player out of Victoria. So Monkman checks in for the first time today. Fifth-year player out of Telkwa, BC. Used to play for Thompson Rivers. Monkman did. So it's 11-6 Heat. 3.5 minutes into this one. The zone defense working well for the Heat there. It goes out of bounds. And a foul is called as Elias Ralph grabbed Yusuf on the way out. That's his first. Here's Moellen, played one of the only of the 5 graduates today who played his whole career here at UBCO. Nice feed to Souster. Moellen, the Mississauga, Ontario product. He was a Canada West All-Rookie in his first year of 2018-19. And he's well up on the list. Nice play there by Souster to keep that one alive. Feeds it to Yusuf. That's the kind of stuff that Souster can do. Just a ball of energy, always moving, giving up his body. And he did not care where he was going to end up after that one. He chased that one down as Chooks Maddie is whistled for the foul. Pardon me, that was Nwosu picking up his first. So Monkman is going to the line for a pair. As the 5 graduates still out there for the Heat in their blue uniforms today. As Monkman comes up light on the last one, and BB Chooks Maddie. Yes, the BB does stand for big boy. name his dad gave him. There's an interception. Nice play by Robinson, and he easily drops that one in. Robinson, another first-year player who is showing his worth already. This season, Youssef decides to send it up. It doesn't go, though, and Oliveri comes down with the rebound. Mafia goes all the way over to Monkman. Monkman drives up and under and puts it in. Quickly down the floor comes Moalen. Nice moves, drives. Oh, sweet dish, can't get it to go, though. That was not a dish, that was a layup attempt, and quickly down the floor where they go, and the Vikes quickly within two as Mafia lays in those two. And the whistle blows. So the Vikes make a couple of substitutions as Hellman checks back in after hitting his head, so he's okay. That's good to see. And Ethan Bogue, second-year player from Victoria, into the game for the first time for the visitors. Nwosu now. Chooks-Matty leaves it for Moalen. Moalen's going to drive. There he dishes it off, and Chooks-Matty, after a couple of bounces, it finally drops in. And the lead is back to 4 for the Heat. Monkman over to Mafia. No problem. Number 6 drains the three-pointer to get his team within 1. Nwosu, he pulls up. That one's off the mark, and Oliveri's able to grab it. Mafia, they cannot let him get heated up. Oliveri with the rebound, 2 rebounds, 3 rebounds, and he is fouled on the floor, though, so no shots yet, but that's 4 fouls now in the first quarter for the Heat, who are now going back to most of their starters, their usual starters. That was a very solid outing for the 5 graduating players. Jalen Shirley, Gus Gertson, Gavin Ashworth, Jonathan Houghton, and Emoto Ibrahim now into the game as Pottinger switched his whole line. Oliveri now with the hook, can't get it to go. The ball is loose and Ibrahim comes away with it. Houghton now gives it back to Gertson, who had 27 points last night, including 7 3-pointers. Gertson on fire last night from behind the arc, doing his best Diego Mafia impersonation. Mafia decides to pass it off this time. Into the key went Bogue, but couldn't get it done, and quickly down the floor the Heat come, and Ashworth can't get that one to go. Both refs call the same foul at the same time, and they agree that it was on Jonathan Houghton, which is going to send the Vikes to the line, as that is the 5th foul of the quarter for the home side. So Ethan Bogue, in his second year, will now go to the free throw line. Bogue shooting just 66% from the charity stripe this year, gets the first to go to tie the game. And that one comes up light, so he's 1 of 2, and we're all tied up. Heat giving the number 1 team in the country a good run for their money here as Ashworth's pass for Shirley is picked off, but Hellman can't finish off the drive. So it remains knotted up. Gertson, that one missed badly to the right. Mafia comes away with the board. Gets the screen and just hits nothing but net. The Brazilian has the smooth stroke, and it is going for him today. Houghton drives, dishes it to Ibrahim. He's fouled, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for a pair. As Mafia already with 12 points on 3 for 5 shooting from behind the arc. 4 years ago, Diego Mafia came to Kelowna as a member of the Oak Bay Bays and played in the Western Canada Basketball Tournament, the famous high school tournament hosted at Kelowna Secondary School. And he scored 96 points in one of those games. I don't think he'll have 96 today, but 96 is a lot of points. And that just shows you what kind of shooter he is. His team only scored 114 points that day, but he had 96 of them. His teammates just kept feeding him the ball. And needless to say, that's a tournament record. And that's going to be a foul on Ashworth as the 2-14s got mixed up there. So Ronaldo Robinson will head to the line. Robinson last night had 24 points to lead Victoria, added 5 steals. And that is now 1 for 2. It was a 3-point attempt that he was fouled on. Robinson shooting 70% from the free throw line this year. And he goes 2 for 3, which is basically his average, to give the Vikes a 4-point lead with a minute and a half to go here in the opening quarter on Canada West TV. Gertson had the ball. Foul is called on the floor. And that's going to be the second for Bogue. So he's heading off. Still Heat ball, 14 on the shot clock. Quickly into Ibrahim, and the little baby hook goes for number 23. Calgary product who played at the Edge School for Athletics. Gets his team within 2. Inside, nice pass. Elias Ralph knocks that one down. Slick feed from Sergio Pereira. Restores the 4-point edge. Gertson dishes off to Ibrahim. Nice pass, but he can't finish. Gertson gets it back, and the foul. Shirley with a beautiful pass in there to Ibrahim, who was able to put that hook in, but on the ensuing drive was unable to put it away, as you see that great pass by Pereira to Ralph. Gertson now will get an opportunity to get his team within 1 with 40 seconds to go in quarter number 1, and he does just that. Heat down 24-23. Showing once again that when they put their mind to it, they can compete with some of the country's best. And there is Trent Monkman knocking down the mid-range to get his team back up 3. Shot clock is about a second behind the game clock, so the Heat, now they could still have the last shot. Athworth is going to put it up, and he knocks it down. The Grand Prairie product makes no mistake. Robinson with 3 on the clock puts it up. He makes it, and he's fouled. And that is going to give him the chance to complete the 4-point play with half a second left in the first. You don't like giving up the three-pointer when the team gets the ball with 5 seconds left. And you definitely don't like fouling them on that shot when it is made. And that was Gus Gertson picking up his first foul at an inopportune time. And Robinson will have a chance to make it a 5-point game through one quarter here. And he does that no problem. And it's picked off. Monkman doesn't get it off. Almost disaster again for the Heat, but not a bad first quarter for the home side. They're down 30-25. You're watching U Sports men's basketball action on Canada West TV. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
So my name is Timmy Adeluba. I am on the track and field team. I am a hurdler and a sprinter also. I started doing track when I was like 10 years old maybe, and kind of did it on and off throughout elementary and high school, and then started getting more serious with it like once I reached like grade 10, and then have been on the team for 3 years. So like last year was like my first season because like the first year because of COVID. So in that year, I was really happy with my 3rd place at U Sport Nationals. That was something that I really was not expecting to achieve. Like going into the year, like I was just kind of like had no idea how it would go, but the whole season, like I just kept on improving in ways that I didn't know I could. And so ending the season off with a 3rd place was something I was really proud of. I think more so when I was like younger and I played different sports growing up. And so one of them was volleyball. And I remember at one of the volleyball tryouts, I had made it to like the next round of tryouts, and like one of the parents there said that I only made the team because I was Black. And so hearing that when you're that young just kind of diminished like my accomplishments, because maybe she was saying that like I was able to stand out, or because I have like some sort of like genetic ability or whatever to be better. And so that just kind of made me feel like no matter how hard I tried, it didn't really matter. I was like given that role, right? So I didn't really appreciate hearing that. I remember like even like my mom would say like people are always going to say things like that, but that doesn't mean that you're not hardworking, or doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be where you are. And so like just keeping that in the back of my mind, that like regardless of what other people have to say or the comments that they have, that like I have earned my spot in wherever I am.
Welcome back to the Furnace, where the Victoria Vikes have a 30-25 lead on the UBCO Heat. I'm Kirk Penn. You're watching Canada West TV. The regular season finale for the Heat, who have the bye next weekend. Victoria will be in action against UBC next week, as BB Chooks Matty says, not today. And he gets it done again. A couple of blocks there. There's Chooks Matty at the other end of the floor getting it done, as the graduating seniors are back on the floor for the Heat here. Liban Youssef leading the Heat with 9 points in the first quarter. Monkman can't get that one to go. The ball is loose. Still loose. Youssef ends up with it. Souster takes the long pass, loses the handle. And that's the turnover. Dominic Oliveri checks back in for Sergio Pereira. Shaden Smith in the game for the Vikes, as Nwosu grabs Robinson before he can get to the hoop. Swipe more for the ball there. Leads to the foul. Robinson pulls up, and he knocks it down from three-point land. The Vikes now 5 for 8 from behind the arc. Mo Allen drives, goes all the way around, gives it to Nwosu. Nwosu calling for the screen. Doesn't need it. 7 on the shot clock. Mo Allen, he pulls up. for three. It's good. And Moalen gets on the board in his last U Sports game. Get his team within 3. And that is a jump ball as Nuosu pulls it away. Tried to pull it away anyway. There's Moalen with the step back 3. As the Vikes make a couple of changes. Bogue and Hellman both in the game now. As Nuosu brings it up the floor. Foul on the floor. Nuosu, interesting addition to the team this year. Just one season for him. He played a couple years in the U.S. and then went to Guelph. He's from Toronto, moved to BC during the pandemic, and ended up in Kelowna as Souster knocks down the mid-range jumper. Nuosu is you can find his music actually on Spotify under the handle 6K as Mafia misses the 3. And here's the music man, Nuosu, driving all the way, not gonna be denied. Puts it in with the left hand to give the Heat the lead once again at 34-33. Nuosu, born in Cairo, grew up in Toronto. BB Chooks-Matty just about got the steal there. It's Robinson, and that sweet shooting left hand knocks down another tray. That's 16 points now for Robinson. But Moalen counters, can't get it to go. BB Chooks-Matty doesn't like that call. It did look like it went off of Oliveri, but you're not going to know every time who it goes off of. So the Vikes up 2. Trying to extend this lead. The Hellman 3 doesn't go. The ball is loose. Comes back to Mafia. Mafia kicks it all the way over. He almost stepped out of bounds. Bogue did, but he did not. The 3 does not fall. Nice pass to Souster, but Souster looks at his hands and says, why didn't that go in? Mafia over to Robinson. Robinson. Moalen takes a swipe and is called for the foul. As Robinson, when these guys shoot the 3, they quite often swish that sucker, no problem. Although they are 6 for 12. Not perfect, but 50% still pretty good. They're looking at Dominic Oliveri here. I wonder if there's blood on the jersey. Yes, there is something there on the back left. There's some on the front. And he's got another jersey there he can throw on. And Craig Beaucamp's going to call a timeout there to get everything straightened out here. We'll be back right after this.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit canadawest.tv to find the package right for you.
Janice McDonald, formerly Paskovich.
And we're back in the furnace here in Kelowna. There's your standings. Manitoba's loss last night means Victoria is now tied with them atop the table. So it'll be an interesting final Well, today's game and next weekend will determine quite a bit for the Vikes, who are the defending Canada West champs. Top 4 teams get a bye on the first day of the playoffs. 5 through 12 playoff. So Dominic Oliveri is now wearing number 17 because his usual 0 is covered in blood. So he's not coming back in right now. I'm not sure why, but Sergio Pereira checks in to take his place. As that 3 doesn't go. Quickly down to Moallen. Moallen's going to dish it out. Nice passing all the way to Youssef. He's going to go inside to Chooks-Matty. Chooks-Matty. Bogue working against him, but Matty puts it in over the top, and Chooks-Matty clapping his way down the court as he ties it up. Bogue with some nice moves by the big man. Can't get it to go, but Chooks-Matty fouls Pereira on the floor. And Oliveri now checking back into the game. Here's Chooks-Matty. Big boy getting it done off the glass, and there's that clap. He loves that. So now we might have more blood, it appears. Chooks-Matty now heading off. I think. So now Alex Christie checking into the game. Looks like Chooks-Matty might have cut finger of some sort, so he'll get some attention from the trainer. Big number 24 in his first year out of Kamloops checks into the game. 6'10", Alex Christie. Going up against the number 1 team in the nation. In the Victoria Vikes, Moallen being harassed. Still has it though. Nice drives. What a play by Hafith Moallen, and the crowd loves that. He gives the Heat the lead here with 5:20 to go in the second quarter. Sweet moves from number 4. Mafia fouled before he took the shot. Nwosu called on the shove. That's 3 fouls now for Nwosu. Saw that fantastic play by Moallen. Monkman hands it off to Robinson. Back to Monkman. Monkman for 3. It's heavy. Oliveri ends up with it, but no, he stepped on the back line. And that's a turnover. Heat ball as we hit the midway point of the second quarter. Heat giving the Vikes all they can handle here on this Saturday afternoon. Moallen. Youssef into Christie. Christie can't control it, but he ends up with it. Moallen working against Robinson. Another one off the glass. Couldn't quite get it done. Nwosu knocked it loose, but Oliveri ends up with it. Dishes it off to Monkman. Monkman can't get it to go. Oliveri gets the offensive rebound. And there is a rejection by Alex Christie. That's the kind of play that they are expecting for the next 5 years as Big 24 goes up and just swats the Elias Ralph attempt away. But there is the hitman, Diego Mafia, knocking down the jumper to tie it again. Alex Christie, he's learning, and that was another instance of him learning there as he is called for the foul on the moving screen. As he took a little bit too much time there to get in front of Ronaldo Robinson. And Souster's going to pick up another one there. The aggressive native of Sherwood Park. Gets him in trouble occasionally, just his second of the match. And the Vikes are already in the bonus, so Mafia, the elite free throw shooter, goes to the line, makes the first. And he is now 2 for 2. Vikes back up by 2. Nwosu drives. And they are going to say that Izzy Hellman picked up his first, going up against Nwosu there. Nwosu into Youssef. Youssef, he's going to pull up and puts it down, as he is the first member of the Heat to hit double digits today. That'll give him 11 on the afternoon. Mafia and Robinson both with 16 for the Vikes. Nice pass there to Oliveri. Mafia showing he can dish it as well as he can shoot it there. Moalen just ripping down the floor, decides to send it back. Youssef off the front. Nwosu grabs that long rebound and puts it away. We are tied once again at 42. This group of graduating players getting it done for the Heat. Mafia, give him a little bit of space and he's going to make you pay. That's 18 now for number 6. 2:45 to go here in the first half of action on Canada West TV. Youssef working against Oliveri. He goes off the glass, can't get it to go. The ball is loose, and Robinson comes away with it. He dishes it back to a wide open Mafia, but Mafia can't get it to go. He doesn't miss many of those wide open threes. And the Vikes remain up by 2. Moalen wanted the screen that never came. Dishes it to Souster. Souster got away from Mafia. And goes up and under to tie the game yet again. Robinson inside Oliveri. Oliveri trying to get it over. Monkman, he shoves Souster. Souster goes to the ground, and the offensive foul is called. There's Youssef knocking down the mid-range. Three-pointer that doesn't go, but Nwosu picks up that rebound and knocks down the floater, and we're tied at 44 here. Timeout is called, and we'll be back right after this.
Luann Krawitz was a dual threat, a game changer for the University of Victoria. The basketball player led the conference in scoring in 1978-79 before making history for her school. Krawitz, formerly Heb, led her team to its first ever national title as she put up 62 points over 3 games in the tournament. The team also won the conference banner that year, a 2-0 thumping over Calgary. The following year, Krawitz captured a second straight national championship crown, and she did it in astonishing fashion. She was not only a conference all-star, but a CIAU first-team All-Canadian, the CIAU Player of the Year, and the CIAU Tournament MVP. The all-around player then accomplished the elusive three-peat, a third national title in as many years, and the third total for Victoria. Krawitz also played on the Canadian national team before graduating with her master's degree in education.
And welcome back to UBCO Gymnasium, also known as the Furnace. 1:46 to go in the second quarter. Heat and Vikes tied at 44. Vikes trying to stay atop Canada West, maybe even take control of first place in the conference. Heat just trying to spoil the party as they were eliminated from playoff contention last night, but that has not stopped them from giving it their all today against the number one ranked Vikes. Youssef picks up the offensive foul there. And since Victoria is in the bonus, that means Izzy Hellman is going to the free throw line. First-year player out of Claremont Secondary makes good on that one. An 88% free throw shooter. And that shows you why, as he makes both to give his team a 46-44 lead and contribute to the scoring, because up until now it's basically been the Mafia Robinson show. Diego Mafia with 18 points. And Ronaldo Robinson with 16, so 34 of 46 points coming from those two players. Moalen working against Robinson, gives it back to Souster. Souster for three, just misses, but Nwosu with the offensive rebound, gets it to go off the glass, and it's good. The foul called against Trent Monkman, and Nwosu will have a chance to give the Heat the lead once again. Jaden Tucci's in for Monkman now, who has 2 fouls. And the Heat back in front for the first time since the 4:30 mark of the second quarter. Heat applying a bit of pressure here, up by 1 as we enter the last minute of the first half. Oliveri, nice dish inside. What a sweet pass to Mafia. And he makes no mistake to put his team back up. In front by 1. Youssef. Chooks-Matty working against Oliveri. The left hand goes and Chooks-Matty applauding that play. Back and forth we go. Mafia now slowly up the court, setting everything up. Almost stolen by Chooks-Matty. Oliveri loses it. Souster up to Moalen. Moalen. Oh, can't get it to spin off the rim, but he ends up with the rebound. Oliveri says nope. Robinson comes away with it. 2 seconds to go. He's going to have to shoot it. And it does not fall. Izzy Hellman took the pass from Tucci, but it was too late. So through 20 minutes of action, it's the UBCO Heat 49, the number 1 ranked team in the nation, the Victoria Vikes 48. We'll be back with the second half in 15 minutes.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit canadawest.tv to find the package right for you.
My name is Ted Kubango. I'm running back at University of Saskatchewan, and I'm a football player. Football was like that one violent sport I was allowed to play and like just be a kid, you know? So every time I step on the field, I just feel like life is at a pause and I'm just a kid again, even though I'm like 24 years old right now, but I feel like I'm a 6-year-old, so it's nice. One thing I pride myself with is being who I am, no matter the setting. And obviously, yeah, like I'll admit there is some things in life that I realize I can't do because I'm black, and it's something that I have to just live with, and at the end of the day, like, it's not the end of the world with certain things that I can and can't do, but the one thing I know for sure is I can't change who I am personally from inside. I've been fortunate to have two wonderful parents. I'm a first generation also, so having parents that came from Africa and being like the first gen here, like learning the culture here in the Western world since an early age is something that really grateful for, especially in this country, Canada, because obviously there's other countries like the United States, for example, that receives more discrimination than up here. Like that's why I'm blessed how diversified it is here. So it's racially, nothing has happened to me that basically set me back. Everything that I've done, it was for me, and I don't think if anyone judges me for that, I really don't care. So that's the mentality that I have with her now. I think being resilient is just saying, just block out everybody and just be like, okay, like talk to you, look at yourself in the mirror and just like, what do you want? And I think just, it's just trusting the process. It's just making sure that you if you know where you want to be, do everything in your power to get there. And I'm glad to say that I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm still standing here right now, and it's definitely something that not just carries me in the football field, but carries me in life. Because life is literally not a safe. It's not a just straight uphill journey. There's going to be a lot of rifts and valleys. There's going to be a lot of bumps on the road. There's going to be detours. There's going to be all that. But what separates the successful people and the non-successful is they don't quit.
Are you ready? Are you ready for a university experience unlike anything else? To surround yourself with natural wonders and take your place among the curious, the courageous, and those driven by purpose. To collaborate with the thinkers, the dreamers, and the doers. To join a diverse campus community of people who aspire to engineer the impossible and do what it takes to help make our world better. Are you ready to pursue new ideas, new forms of learning, and new possibilities? To better understand our planet through hands-on research and innovative solutions that generate real-world impact. To challenge conventions and create a welcoming space for everyone who wants to call this place home. We invite you to get to know a global top 40 university whose talent is recognized on the world stage. Welcome to UBC's Okanagan campus.
It's Black History Month.
And let's talk about this.
Let's talk about black hair.
Let's talk about black hair.
Black hair.
I would describe my hair personality as like bold, big. It definitely has a mind of its own.
It's original. I think black hair is original. I think it's a big part of someone's personality, especially being black. Like, it's a lot more effort to maintain my hair. Because like, as simple as it looks, every morning is a struggle. Like,
it's funny because right now it looks like it's a full head of hair, but I actually have half of my head shaved. It looks very full and it looks as if it's a whole head, but this half of head of hair can be unruly and it can be difficult.
Yeah, it's become a lot easier to do my routine. I remember when I first started, like in 7th grade, like elementary school, it took me like 30 minutes to do my hair, like every night and then every morning. So I'm down to 10, so it's pretty good.
it keeps me separated from everybody else. When you think of me, you think of the pick. You think of how my hairstyle is, you think of the flat top. And I think that I like having that idea of being different from everybody else.
Some people just want to have people marginalized in a box, but they have to know that in diversity, there is diversity in all realms, not just skin tone, but the hair too.
I think it's taken a lot for me to get to this point of loving my hair, and I see it in my nieces where they get frustrated because at a young age we weren't taught how to really take care of it. We just went to our aunts who could braid and who could tame it, and that's what you did. Whereas now I'm having to teach my nieces that, hey, your hair is beautiful, and like it is so thick and luscious and curly, and a lot of people would love to have the curls that you have. People go and get perms to get this type of curl that you just naturally have.
Now in the media, I feel like being black is trendy, if that makes sense, and a lot of influencers were just starting to wear their hair natural. Like, it inspires you to just want to be yourself and not be what society wants you to look like.
We're always taught that this looks wild, that this looks untamed, and I still hear it today where, you know, people are like, oh, like, did you do anything with your hair today? And it's like, well, did you ask the person beside you, did they do anything with their hair today? Like, just because it looks different doesn't mean that it's wild or unruly, it's just different.
And it's one of my biggest pet peeves when someone tries to come touch my pick or pull it out, but you know, I got to do what I got to do to keep up the style.
You know, it's always older people that, you know, they want to touch your hair. They ask you, oh, is this your real hair? You know, they're fascinated by it, you know, but if you go to a museum, you don't just touch the artifacts. You just look and you appreciate. So do the same with the hair.
I feel like most of my teammates are pretty welcoming with my hair. Like, most of them enjoy it, and they know, they're respectful. They know that they're not very touchy about it, but my pick is a different story. Everyone loves touching the pick.
I would straighten it before every single game because I was like, oh, I have to look this way in order to feel better. Whereas like now I will go and play volleyball like this, and I love it. But I would say my teammates, they were very appreciative of it and they were curious about it. They had questions in terms of like, how long does it take you to straighten it? Like, do you straighten it every day? Do you wash it every day?
Does it hurt when you get hit in the head with your helmet on? And things like that, because my hair does cushion my head a lot more than you'd expect.
I feel like a way that you could always ask your black friend about their hair, whatever it may be, don't start off by prompting, I don't want to sound mean or I don't want to sound racist, but just go ahead and just ask, like, oh, how do you wash your hair? How long does it take you to comb it? Or, you know, just ask bluntly, because I feel like when you sugarcoat it, it doesn't really turn out or sound too well, in my opinion.
I think that people should know that black hair is beautiful, but it's a journey, and it's one that has its ups and downs, and it's a bit of a roller coaster, but it's worth it, and you never really know where somebody's at with their journey, so be kind.
Carla Maxwell's family is defined by sport. Playing was a privilege, not to be taken lightly.
And certainly not something that you think you're better than others because of it. You're just lucky enough to be able to have that opportunity and do it.
She was surrounded by influential hockey pioneers. Her dad, the late Stan Maxwell, had a friendship with Willie O'Ree that spanned close to 5 decades.
Willie was like a staple in her family. Like, he was sort of like an uncle to me. You know, they experienced many of the same things in terms of, you know, racism and, you know, the obstacles of being black and playing in a hockey league where there weren't very many blacks in there. Like, they were sort of it. So, you know, they sort of bonded and sort of were able to sort of, you know, manage and deal with the same types of circumstances.
Maxwell and O'Ree made the jump to the pro ranks together. O'Ree would become the first black player to reach the National Hockey League when he suited up with the Boston Bruins in 1958. Maxwell was on the cusp of doing the same. He was a 3-time scoring champion in the International League.
I mean, I'm sure he had dreams and wanted to certainly make the NHL, but that wasn't the end goal. The end goal was him playing the sport that he loved and playing it to the best of his abilities.
For Carla, she excelled in basketball in Nova Scotia and helped her high school team capture 3 straight provincial titles. In 1980-81, they posted 41 wins and only 3 losses.
You know, what I find amazing is that our record from back in those days, which is almost, I think, over 40 years, it still stands.
Maxwell came to BU through a Nova Scotia recruiting pipeline that started when Janet Lumsden became a Bobcat after competing in the 1979 Canada Games in Brandon. Maxwell followed suit with a strong sense of will, according to former BU coach Bill Moody.
For an 18-year-old to leave through Nova Scotia and come to Brandon, Manitoba, where there weren't too many black people to begin with, right? So I think that impressed me more than anything, because I said, this girl is taking a chance coming out here. She's a long way from home, but she wants to do well. She wants to make her own mark in athletics, and it turned out that's exactly what happened.
Maxwell played 2 seasons in blue and gold from 1982 to 1984. In her rookie year, she was named the Great Plains Athletic Conference First Team All-Star.
I think because my parents had always instilled in me that, you know, that thought that, you know, you could do whatever you want and you could be whoever you want. I thought, well, let me try this new experience and see what happens.
In 2021, Maxwell celebrated 30 years of service in her professional career with the federal government. She spent the majority of those years in Toronto before moving back home to Nova Scotia.
And I knew that was going to be where it was going to be. She was going to go back home because of her roots, right? But she ended up doing so well, not only in school, in athletics, but in her job and as a person.
For Maxwell, family and teamwork remain a driving force to this day.
You know, those qualities you take on and you carry those for the rest of your life. It becomes part of who you are, part of my moral compass, part of my value system.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit canadawest.tv to find the package right for you.
$5 each. So pay with cash, bar, or at the admission table, credit or debit. Take a sip, loud, sink the Vikes. 6:45 p.m. is the last call.
Welcome back to the Furnace here in Kelowna, where the UBCO Heat have a 49-48 lead on the Victoria Vikes. Through 20 minutes of action, the Vikes are ranked number 1 in the country. Heat playing today in their regular season finale for nothing but pride. They're 5-14. Vikes are 15-2. Heat are shooting 55% from the floor, which would be a season high, to say the least. And we are back underway here in Kelowna. Diego Mafia leading all scorers with 20 points. And there's a three-pointer from Elias Ralph. And just like that, the Vikes back up in front. There have already been 10 lead changes in this game. Sort of interesting to see how it plays out. Dominic Oliveri wearing number 17 after his usual 0 got bloodied. Jonathan Houghton wrestling with Ronaldo Robinson, and there's no continuation like last night when there was a kerfuffle little bit of a mix-up when Jalen Shirley, who's about to check into the game in place of the banged-up Jonathan Hott, got up. Shirley last night got up after getting fouled. And ended up dumping, I believe it was Trent Monkman, who had not yet stepped over top of him. So a little bit of a brouhaha after that, late in the game last night when the Vikes had the game well in hand. But it's been much more sportsmanlike today. Leon Schenker into the game for the first time for the Heat, wearing number 8. Shirley gives it to him. Back to Ashworth for 3. It's short. And Robinson easily grabs the rebound. Side Oliveri. The big man gets it done. The hoop and the harm. Ibrahim slapped him on the arm as he put that one up and in. And just like that, the Vikes up by 4. And Clay Pottinger, not liking what he was seeing, puts the seniors back in. The Fab Five, as they're known today, all playing their last U Sports games. They were the big reason why the Heat were up by 1 at the half, as Oliveri, with a very jerky free throw routine there, leads to lane violations there. And that one doesn't come close. And that's an indication why he's just a 41% shooter from the free throw line. Youssef loses the handle there. Goes right to Ralph. Nice passing inside to Oliveri, and he's wide open, able to put that one away. The Vikes now up by 6, just a minute and a half into the third quarter. Chooks Matty drives, but he is called for the offensive foul as he plows over Oliveri. And here's that nice passing play by the Vikes to a wide open Oliveri, and Clay Pottinger decides it's time to call a timeout. So we'll take a quick break, be back right after this. Welcome back to the Furnace here, where the Vikes are now up 55-49. And you get the feeling that the halftime discussion in the locker room for the Vikes was, does anybody else want to score? Mafia and Robinson combining 36 points of 48 in the first half. And since then, it's been other players stepping up and getting it done. But Robinson, he can score. Doesn't get that one to go, though. That one's poked away from Youssef, but it goes out of bounds, so it's going to remain Heat ball. Oliveri up to 6 points. Elias Ralph and Trent Monkman both with 5 for the Vikes now. Nwosu calling for the screen. Gives it to Moalen instead. Moalen just a bit heavy, but he gets the long rebound. Sends it inside to BB Chooks-Matty. 5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to put it up. He goes with the left hand, and he gets it to go. It had been almost 3 minutes since the Heat had scored a field goal, so that one ends that mini drought, gets them back within 4. Mafia now. Gonna shoot the 3, says no. Ralph drives off the glass, can't get it to go. Youssef comes away with the rebound. Sends it over to Chooks-Matty. Chooks-Matty's going to try the left hand again, but Oliveri was able to defend that one. And an offensive foul is called. Souster ends up with the infraction there. That's his 3rd. Chooks-Matty leading the Heat with 12 points so far. Youssef has 11, Nwosu with 9, Souster with 6, and Moalen with 5. That's the 5 graduating seniors. Ralph fakes the 3, drives, kicks it out to Mafia. Mafia heavy on the 3. Quickly down the court goes Moalen. He stops, sends it out to Souster. Bam! The Sherwood Park product drops the tray to get his team within 1. Souster watching Mafia closely. Oliveri kicks it out to Mafia, back to Oliveri, but there is a steal. They're going to say Oliveri, I believe. Yes, Oliveri picks up foul number 1. That one prevented an odd man rush for the Heat. Youssef now. Over to Chooks-Matty. Chooks-Matty is the shot clock down to 8. He takes that one in, but he's light. Oliveri comes away with his 11th rebound of the afternoon. Mafia with a nice move, tries to flip that one in with the left hand. Nwosu quickly to Moalen. Souster, nope. Over to Youssef. Youssef for 3. Doesn't go. And Souster's going to get whistled for his 4th foul as he tried to swat that one away. He ended up hammering Ronaldo Robinson. That also puts the Vikes in the bonus with 5:45 to go here in the 3rd. Robinson 3 for 4 from the charity stripe today. Make it 4 for 5. Souster, danger of fouling out of his last university basketball game. Probably doesn't want to do that, but there's no slow lever on the Souster switch. That 3's good. There's a fine example of Keaton Souster going hard at all times, and he is shooting the best from the three-point line in his career this year. There's an easy one. Nice slam by Elias Ralph on a slick pass from Oliveri. The Vikes back up in front. Moalen loses the handle. Nwosu bumps into Hellman. Robinson takes a tumble. And there is Souster stepping back. And nothing but net. That's 12 points now for Souster as we see that beautiful pass. Nwosu lost track of Ralph. That's going to be 4 fouls now on Nwosu. So Souster and Nwosu both with 4 fouls. Hellman extends the Vikes lead to 2. And the rookie puts in another one and heads to the bench. Keith Bogue checks into the game again. So the Heat down 3. We approach the midway mark of the 3rd quarter. Moala now. Wosu and Souster out there with 4 fouls. This fivesome has shown they can compete. Wosu doesn't get it to go. Mafia sends it inside to Pereira. Back to Bogue to Monkman. Monkman drives, can't get it to go. The ball goes off of Ralph and out. Heat ball. Heat down to 51% from the floor. Still a fantastic shooting afternoon. I wonder how long it'll last. Well, they're hoping it will last until the end of this game. They continue to give the number 1 team in the country all they can handle. Souster comes up a bit light on that one. And quickly come down the court. The Vikings do. Big collision there. And it goes off of a Vikes player and out. That 3-point attempt comes up light. It does look like it went off of Ralph there. Mafia now just 3 of 10 from behind the arc, which not too far off his percentage. Yusuf ties it up. $60-60, 3:40 to go. Vikes do not want to let this one go. They're trying to end up first in the conference. Mafia not feeling it today. Misses another one. Tell by the look on his face, he's wondering what in the world is going on. The Vikes are the top 3-point shooting team in the conference at 40%. The Heat, meanwhile, are the worst defending team when it comes to the three-pointer, as opponents make 38.3 of their three-point shots. Mafia averaging 23.5 points per game. Even though he's 3 for 11 from 3, he still has 20 points. There's some nice passing. Ibrahim can't finish, though. Ashworth kicks it out to Gertson. Gertson for 3. He finally knocks down his first tray of the game, and he gives the hosts the 3-point lead. Number 22 had 7 3-pointers last night. Not as hot today as Ralph knocks down the long-range jumper. Gertson dishes it over. They're going to say a foul was committed on Monkman, who picks up his third. There's Gertson knocking down that 3. That's what last night looked like. He was 1 off his career high with 27 points. Jalen Shirley now finds Gertson. Roberts Creek product gives it to Ibrahim, and Ibrahim lays it in, and it's a 3-point lead again for the home side. Mafia over to Ralph. That 3-pointer does not fall, and Ibrahim ends up with the rebound, and he's fouled by Sergio Pereira. Heat still not in the bonus, however. Ibrahim laying that one in. The Calgary product. 5 points on the afternoon, including 3 rebounds. Gertson inside. Can't go up and under. Doesn't go. Mafia quickly down the floor to Pereira. Pereira kicks it out to Hellman. And he took a step while he was looking to pass it. And that's a turnover by the Vikes. Victoria has committed 13 turnovers. Just 10 for the Heat. Jonathan Houghton back in the game after getting banged up in the first minute of the third. Gertson has it, loses it, gets it back, tries to go up and over, but doesn't go. Mafia comes down the court, pulls up inside the three-point line. The smooth shooter knocks it down for his first points of the third. Game high 22. Ashworth with the floater, can't get it to go. Ralph grabs the board, gives it to Mafia. Mafia to Pereira. Pereira can't get it to go. Ralph with the rebound. And the Vikes back up in front. Like a table tennis match, this game has been back and forth. The lead has gone. The Heat looking to take it back here, Shirley. Over to Gertson. Gertson, he's going to pull up, and it's good! The three-pointer puts the Heat back up by 2 as we are now in the final minute of the third quarter. Pereira leaves it for Hellman. Hellman to Mafia. Mafia gives it to Bogue, and Bogue is fouled on his way to the hoop. And he'll get a couple of attempts to tie the game as Gavin Ashworth picks up his third foul of the contest. Bogue shoots 66% from the free throw line this year. Knocks down the first. We'll have a chance to tie it up yet again. Can't get it to go, though. Gertson comes away with the rebound. Gives it to Ibrahim, who pulls up. Misses everything. Ashworth throws it back in, trying to knock it off of Mafia, but he can't. Mafia does a nice job of corralling it, so the Vikes have a chance for the last shot here. The shot clock is off. 13 seconds to go. Vikes down by 1. Ralph knocks it in off the glass, and that will do it for the third quarter. And the Vikes will head to the final frame with a 69-68 lead. You're watching Canada West men's basketball action on Canada West TV. We'll be back with the exciting fourth right after this.
So my name is Timmy Adeluba. I am on the track and field team. I am a hurdler and a sprinter also. I started doing track when I was like 10 years old maybe, and kind of did it on and off throughout elementary and high school, and then started getting more serious with it like once I reached like grade 10, and then have been on the team for 3 years. So like last year was like my first season because like the first year because of COVID. So in that year, I was really happy with my third place at U Sport Nationals. That was something that I really was not expecting to achieve. Like going into the year, like I was just kind of like had no idea how it would go, but the whole season, like I just kept on improving in ways that I didn't know I could. And so ending the season off with a third place was something I was really proud of. I think more so when I was like younger and I played different sports growing up. And so one of them was volleyball. And I remember at one of the volleyball tryouts, I had made it to like the next round of tryouts. And like one of the parents there said that I only made the team because I was Black. And so hearing that when you're that young just kind of diminished like my accomplishments, because maybe she was saying that like I was able to stand out, or because I have like some sort of like genetic ability or whatever to be better. And so that just kind of made me feel like no matter how hard I tried, it didn't really matter. I was like given that role, right? So I didn't really appreciate hearing that. I remember like even like my mom would say like people are always going to say things like that, but that doesn't mean that you're not hardworking, or it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be where you are. And so like just keeping that in the back of my mind, that like regardless of what other people have to say or the comments that they have, that like I have earned my spot in wherever I am.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit canadawest.tv to find the package right for you.
Season for the Heat, and there is Gavin Ashworth knocking down his first tray of the afternoon, and the Heat retake the lead 71-69. Robinson inside to Pereira, working against Ibrahim. Ibrahim puts the hand up. Nice defense there by 23. Ashworth comes away with it. Jalen Shirley drives, kicks it out to Gertzen. Gertzen heavy on the three. Easy rebound there for Bogue. Alley-oop, broken up by Houghton. Robinson was looking for Pereira there. But Jonathan Houghton was having none of that. Mafia trying to get the three-point shot going. Misses another one. And that is not helping the Vikes today. So Mafia drives instead. Puts it in to tie it again. Been a great afternoon of basketball here. Seniors Day. The 5 graduating seniors for the Heat have played much of the contest for the home side, and they've played very well. That Ashworth 3 doesn't go. The Vikes now trying to retake the lead yet again, and Robinson with a nice drive puts it away. Victoria back in front, 73-71. Hot. Back for Ashworth, over to Shirley. Shirley pulls up, just misses. Robinson with the rebound. And takes it all the way, can't finish. Bogue with the rebound, and he gets the hoop and the harm. Ibrahim tried to smash it out of his hands, but ends up committing the foul right there. And the ball falls. The Vikes back up 4 as the Fabulous 5 graduating seniors return to the game with 7:51 to go. All 5 of them playing their last game at the U Sports level. They've all contributed greatly to the game so far today, as Bogue misses, but Ralph got the rebound. Pereira misses the jumper. And quickly down the floor go the Heat. Youssef to Souster. Souster for 3. Gets the Heat back within 1. Something about these graduating players today. They're giving it everything they have. And they are giving the #1 team in the nation all they can handle. There's another turnover. Allen just about lost it. Gets it back. Puts it up. Doesn't go. Souster goes flying in there. Doesn't care that he has 4 fouls. And there's a nice steal by Moallen. Youssef, you bet. Heat back in front by 2. Mafia now. Youssef watching him closely. Robinson for 3. No. Nice rebound there by Bogue. He has it knocked out of his hands by Nwosu as we watch Souster knock down another 3. Craig Beaucamp makes some changes as big man Dominic Oliveri checks back in, along with Trent Monkman. There's a floater by Monkman, gets it to go. We're all tied up again, 77 all. Moallen tries to go around Hellman, but he's held up. We watch Monkman put in the floater over BB Chuksmati. Both teams with only 1 foul here in the 4th quarter, so neither team close to the bonus yet. Moallen into Chuksmati, working against Oliveri. Chuksmati trying to find a hole, loses control. Nwosu ends up with it, gets it out to Souster. Moallen with 3 on the shot, no good. The rebound is punched out to Youssef. 10 on the shot. Youssef loses the handle. The ball's loose. There's fighting happening for it, and they say it's going to be a jump ball. That's going to give the ball to Victoria here with 5:56 to go. Vikes decide to call a timeout here. They were likely expecting to be up by 20 at this point, but they are not. And they need a victory to probably stay in the hunt for first place in the conference going into next weekend's final action. As you check out scoring leaders, there's Diego Mafia, who is he's definitely having a rough shooting day, but he still has 24 points, just 3 for 12 from behind the three-point line this afternoon. Liban Youssef leading the way for the Heat with 17 points. Keaton Souster has 15. Chooks Matty with 12. And Ronaldo Robinson is second on the Vikes with 19 points. And Elias Ralph has 13 to be the third member of the Vikes in double digits. As we return to action, Vikes ball, game tied. There have been 10 ties in this game already. Ralph looking to break it, can't get it to go. He gets the rebound. 10 on the shot. Kicks it back out. Hellman for three. No, in and out it goes. Oliveri with the nice rebound. The big man brings it in. Mafia back on the floor. 7 on the shot. He's going to try a long one, but it's deflected by Chooks Matty, who's calling for it. He's all the way down the floor. He gets it. It's loose. He brings it back, but it's swatted out of his hands. But they're going to say that Monkman got a piece of him there, right there. And that's his fourth. There have been 19 lead changes in this game, as Chooks Matty misses the first. Fab 5 senior still out there on the floor. Started this one as Chooks Matty misses both, but Souster grabs the rebound. And they're going to say that Elias Ralph committed the foul on the floor, so it's going to remain Heat ball. That's 3 fouls now for the Vikes here in the fourth. Nwosu gets it into Chooks Matty. Hellman not letting Moalen take that pass as Chooks Matty loses the handle. Knocked out by Oliveri. For those of you Vikes fans just tuning in, Oliveri wearing 17 because he got blood all over number 0, his usual number. Shot clock expires. That one misses. And because the Vikes did not get the ball, that's going to be a shot clock violation. Still tied here now under the 5-minute mark of the fourth. Ethan Bogue back in the game. Mafia bringing it up the floor. Bogue dishes it to Oliveri. Youssef with the rejection. Moalen lost the handle, goes off his foot. The Vikes, Mafia to Oliveri. Oliveri, though, steps out of bounds. Pass a little too long from Mafia. And Nwosu going to bring it up. Leaves it for Moalen. Souster. Back to Nwosu. Monkman watching him closely, can't get it to go. Chooks-Matty grabs the rebound, and is that going to be number 5 on Monkman? Yes, it is. That's going to be the end of the line for number 7. As the fifth-year senior fouls out with 4:18 to go. Speaking of many fouls, Nwosu and Souster both out there with 4 as Youssef with the hook gives the Heat the lead once again, 79-77, 4:05 to go. Bo gives it to Hellman. Oliveri over to Mafia. Mafia trying to get out of his slump. Can't get that one to go. Another miss. But the offensive rebound hauled in by Ralph. He can't get it to go. Heat ball. Youssef up to Nwosu. Nwosu drives off the glass. Gets it to go. Heat up 4 with 3:40 to go. Mafia struggles from the three-point range continue. It's now 3 for 14. That three-pointer doesn't go. Nice rebound by Ralph, but BB Chooks-Matty, the blocking machine, sends that one into the crowd, and the crowd loves that. Kareem hook. And they're going to say that Chooks-Matty bumped into Oliveri. That's only 3 fouls on Chooks-Matty. Real name is Chiemezwe Chooks-Matty. He was a big boy when he arrived in this world, and that's what his dad called him. Hellman. Mafia going to try again. Nope. It's just not working. And they're going to call a foul on Big Oliveri, the 6'7" product out of Spokane, Washington. Picks up his second, and that's going to put the Heat in the bonus. And Souster's going to have a chance to stretch the lead as the Heat are looking to pull off the massive upset here this afternoon on Seniors Day, and that one eventually falls. And the Heat content playing defense here. No matter, as Souster knocks that one in. And the Heat are up 6 with 3 minutes to go in the game. The 15-2 Vikes, number 1 ranked in the country, trailing the 5-14 UBCO Heat. Robinson is fouled before he has a chance to go up. And that's going to be 4 on Chooks-Matty. So 60% of the Heat lineup out there right now playing with 4 fouls. But Clay Pottinger is going to ride his veterans here in their last game. See if they can get it done. As a nice pass there by Robinson inside to Ralph. And it's a 4-point game with 2:40 to go. Can the Heat finish this game off? Souster for 3. No, does not go. Oliveri with the rebound. Mafia, he's going to drive. Nope, kicks it out, but right to Youssef, and Youssef's going to be in no rush to do anything just yet. Now he drives, and they're going to say that that was an offensive foul. They're going to say the Edmonton product ran over Oliveri. That's just his second. Vikes still not in the bonus, though. That was only foul number 4, as the Heat are going to call a timeout here with 2:13 to go. And there is an upset brewing here in the Furnace. Heat shooting 47.9%. Vikes, meanwhile, just 41.4% from the floor. The Vikings came into the game as the top offensive team in the conference, averaging 95.4 points per game. Just 79 so far with 2 and a bit to go. Heat are the worst defensive team in the league, averaging 88.8 points against per game. But they've done a great job against these Vikes. And these are the top 2 offensive rebounding teams in the conference. UBCO number 1 with 16.5, Victoria with 15. So something to watch down here down the stretch as the Heat try and hold on to the lead. And if the Vikes miss, chances are they're going to have a better chance than most to get the rebound. So the Heat are going to have to work hard on any offensive rebounds or any defensive rebounds that come their way. Oliveri kicks it back out. Mafia tries again, short. Oliveri, though, there's that offensive rebound. 10 on the shot, 1:49 to go. Robinson gives it up. Moalen with the steal. He loses it, though. He ran into double coverage and lost control. Robinson quickly back. Inside, Oliveri. Oliveri kicks it back out. Hellman for 3. No, doesn't go. But Oliveri against 3 Heat players gets the offensive rebound to get his team within 1 at 83-82. What action here today in Kelowna. Nwosu drives off the glass, and it goes. What a story these 5 graduating players are delivering here today. Heat up by 3 with 1:13 to go. Three-pointer doesn't go, and Moalen ends up with the rebound. That was the first time in a while that the Vikes didn't get the offensive board. And it couldn't have come at a better time for the Heat, who are up 3 as we approach. And we are in now the final minute of action. 8 on the shot clock. Don't want to have a wasted trip down. Nwosu comes up light. It's loose. Robinson gets it. And away come the Vikes with numbers. Mafia puts up the three-pointer, comes up light. But a foul is committed under the hoop. Nwosu, there is the nice drive that put his team up 3. Youssef picks up his second under the hoop. Team up 3, 38 seconds to go. And Izzy Hellman at the free throw line. Hellman, an 88% free throw shooter. The discussion happening of some sort here between the officials. I'm not sure exactly what. It's the 5th foul for the Heat here in the 4th. They're just double checking, perhaps. That's 3. Hellman is 4 for 4 from the free throw line this afternoon. Crowd trying to annoy him into missing. But Hellman does not falter one bit. He has ice in his veins, number 3 does. And he will try to get his team within 1. He turn it over, 22 seconds left. Bogue kicks it out. Mafia, can he get the 3 to go? No, he can't. The three-pointer just not working, and it's a jump ball, but it's going to be Heat possession. With 11 seconds to go. And that must have been, perhaps that was what the stoppage was earlier. So it's a 2-point game. Heat in front by 2. 11 seconds to go. Timeout is called. Obviously, they will be fouled right away. Both teams in the bonus. You just saw the rest of the schedule there. The Heat are done after tonight. They have the bye next week. And the team's other 16, or the conference's other 16 teams will play. And there's that Winnipeg Westman 89-80 victory over the Manitoba Bisons last night. You see in the middle of your screen, that's the one that resulted in that. Victoria and Manitoba at 15-2. And with Winnipeg playing Manitoba tonight, Victoria and Winnipeg and Manitoba could all end up tied for first going into the final weekend of action. So lots on the line here with 11.1 seconds to go. Diego Mafia now 3 for 18 from behind the arc. It's just been that kind of afternoon for number 6. So the Heat obviously are going to face a bit of pressure here. Gus Gertson in the game now. Trying to find somebody, and he did step out. Oliveri did. So a couple 0.6 of a second come off the clock. Gertson trying to find somebody, gets it into Shirley. And yes, Jalen Shirley into the game for his free throw shooting percentage, which is not the best, but 75%. Send him to the line. Averaging 14.5 points a game. Just behind Gus Gertson, who is leading the team with 15 points per contest this season. And he'll be looked upon as time goes on, and Shirley does not make the first. 9.5 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. Needs to make this to make it a 3-point game. And he does. Timeout Vikes. 9.5 seconds to go.
Timeout Vikes.
And we'll be back right after this.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit canadawest.tv to find the package right for you.
And welcome back. As the Heat trying to pull off a huge upset of the number 1 ranked Victoria Vikes, who have the ball. They are down 3 points. The 3-point shot just hasn't been there for them today. They are 7 for 32, including Diego Mafia, 3 for 18. 3-point land. Ralph inbounds to Mafia. He's going to hand it over to Hellman. Hellman for 3. In and out. Doesn't go. Here's another chance for Mafia. No, off the front. And the Heat sink the Vikes in their regular season finale here on Seniors Day in Kelowna. 86-83. What a victory for the boys in blue, who just pulled off a stunner, knocking off the number 1 ranked Vikes, who fall to 15-3. have their 11-game winning streak snapped. And we'll now wait to see what happens tonight between the Winnipeg Westmen and Manitoba Bisons when they battle at the Duckworth Center. If Winnipeg can win that game, we would have 3 teams at 15-3 atop the standing. UBC Okanagan, you see there, finishes the season at 6-14, ending a 5-game losing streak of their own. And they did it with their seniors. Their seniors got it done today. They honored 5 players who played their last game today, and it was Liban Youssef with 19 points, Keaton Souster with 17, Lansana Nwosu with 13, Bibi Chooks-Maddie with 12, and Hafith Moalen had 5, and led the team with 8 rebounds and 9 assists, threw in a pair of steals as well. So 5 fantastic games from the graduating seniors today as they pull off the 86-83 upset. Diego Mafia, who struggled mightily, ended up 3 for 19 from 3, finished with a game-high 24 points. Ronaldo Robinson with 19, and Elias Ralph chipped in with 2. So next weekend, the Victoria Vikes will finish off the season against the rival UBC Thunderbirds. They'll be in Vancouver on Thursday night, and then they'll be back in Victoria on Saturday night to close out the regular season finale. The Heat, they'll be back in the fall, looking to improve on this year's 6-14 mark. So once again, the final score here today at the Furnace, the UBCO Heat 86, the Victoria Vikes 83. On behalf of Director Justin Laverdiere and everyone who made today's broadcast possible, I'm Kirk Penton. Thanks for watching U Sports Men's Basketball on Canada West TV, and have a great night.
Enjoying the action on TELUS? You can catch all our games online. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit CanadaWest.tv to find the package right for you.